Given the fact that England ended up coming back from 2-0 down to draw the Ashes 2-2, it's easy to understand why Captain Ben Stokes and head coach Brendan McCullum would be very pleased at what exactly it is this England cricket team have done, and what's more, feel a little bit of vindication into the kind of processes and the style of play that they've employed when it comes to this whole Bazball revolution. However, a lot of people have in fact been questioning, or more importantly waiting for Bazball to fall flat on its face, and arguably the next big test of Bazball will come not in this particular home series against Australia, but in the away series that they will be playing in India. So the question that is of course on everyone's mind is, how badly will Bazball fail in India, or better yet, does Bazball even stand a chance, or could it perhaps even work in conditions that you get in India? And it's safe to say that when it comes to this, opinions are fairly split. Well, Ben Stokes himself is very confident that their radical approach to Test cricket would do just fine in India. In fact, when he was speaking to reporters in a press conference, he said that, look, people have been waiting for us to fail, and they said after we beat New Zealand that it wouldn't work against the likes of South Africa, Pakistan, and now even Australia. So whether or not it works in India, that's something we'll just have to wait and see. And it's pretty evident that he was being very tongue-in-cheek, and he pretty much believes that the Bazball techniques and the tactics will end up working just fine in India. However, one person who definitely disagrees with him is former India spinner Harbhajan Singh, who said that nowadays when it comes to test matches in India, it's less a battle of skill and more about negotiating whatever pitch you get, because it's not so much skill based as it is about trying to get past what are very tricky pitches. However, he did add just one little bit of a caveat, saying that if they were given more sporting pitches where the pitch deteriorates naturally and it's not just a rank turner, then maybe just then England might be able to get something, especially considering their aggressive batting technique. And it is worth noting that most of Bazball's success has come in more batting-friendly conditions rather than in the kind of traditional English conditions, or even the kind of conditions you'd get in India, where it is that the bowlers come into play. That might arguably be the real test of Bazball. Which also brings us to another question which a lot of people have posed. Why is it that other teams don't adopt that approach, specifically India, where you still adopt a very traditional, simpler way of playing the game? One person who certainly believes that India should not even think about adopting the Bazball style is, of course, Ravichandran Ashwin. And Ashwin's take on this is particularly interesting, given it doesn't necessarily have to revolve around whether or not India can achieve that, but more on whether or not Indian fans would be so accepting of failures the way the British public have been. Taking to his YouTube channel, Ashwin said very clearly that would India be able to successfully adopt that technique? Because if, for instance, you had a batsman who was looking to play attackingly, threw his wicket away and India lost a test or two, would the Indian public, the media, and even for that matter selectors be as forgiving as the English selectors have been? It's definitely a pertinent question, especially given the cutthroat nature of Indian cricket, where you have at least 2 or 3 good players for every position and everyone's spot is in danger seemingly almost all the time. Is it so much a matter of ability? Because Indian players have shown that they can actually, let's say, play attacking cricket, but whether or not they'd be given the kind of leeway that the English players have been given by the press, by the selectors, and even fans is something that is debatable. However, it is also worth noting that, well, maybe India don't need to actually get success by trying to copy what it is that England are doing. After all, Australia, whilst in England, ended up winning 2 tests by playing conventional old school style cricket. Yes, it was in fact England's Bazball that ended up ending the series strong, but a lot of that also came down to a few failings from Australia, so maybe India don't need to necessarily ape it, despite the fact that whilst they may have the players to do so, as Ashwin, who himself is a noted cricket overthinker and himself is very much open to trying new things, seems averse to trying even something like this, because as he says, the public may not go for it. However, that doesn't talk about, or just the initial thing, is that whether or not Bazball would be successful in India. As Stokes said, maybe that's something we'll have to wait and see, but that shouldn't stop us from speculating and talking about it. So this has been my take on things. What is yours? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, and leave us a comment. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and don't forget to download the AajTak app. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, it is goodbye.